Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox, one of the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. With me today, I have LSAT Demon teacher Erik Johansson. Erik, we have an email from Jack.
Hey, LSAT Demon Team. In the time since I took the November LSAT, my LR time sections and PTs are generally in a range of -2 to -6, with a more even score distribution than RC. However, in the past week and a half, I have been seriously regressing on my LR time sections, -7 and -6 last week and a -9 today, with an accuracy of -4 and -5. I've been trying my absolute hardest, especially in the past week, to slow down and seriously digest the passage and predict before even looking at the answer choices, but I'm still getting all of these questions wrong. And I know what you're going to say. He's probably trying to finish the section, but I rarely got past questions 18 through 20, even before my regression. Pardon my language, but what the fuck? Am I spiraling mentally, and is this all in my head? Do I have the LSAT logical reasoning yips? Do I need to take a bit of time off and not focus on studying? Do I need to go even slower? Best, Jack.
I'm going to take those questions in order.
Yes.
Yes, 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 and yes. You need to go back to basics. So I would strongly encourage you to take a couple days off. Just do whatever else. Sleep, exercise, rest, do stuff with friends and family. Maybe realize how lucky you are to even be here working on this stuff. You know, you're just very fortunate compared to your grandparents, for example. That's almost always true. And yeah, like you're missing easy questions, Jack. Like you can't miss that many without missing easy questions. So I'm not sure exactly what you're doing, but I do think that you're worrying too much about your section score, not enough about the question in front of you. You probably have a bit of anxiety that you don't like it, that you're only getting to question 18 or 20. And really, you'd be scoring higher if you just only tried to get to question number 16, but got them all right. And your accuracy right now sucks on the questions that you've attempted, right? I mean, you're missing 4 or 5 out of out of 18 or 20. Wow. So, I mean, if you're missing 5 out of 20, that means that there's probably another 5 out of 20 that you didn't really understand, but you got it right for potentially wrong reasons or like on a half guess. You're guessing on way too many questions, Jack. You got to slow way down and just take them one question at a time, one sentence at a time, one word at a time. And like, remember that the LSAT is basically easy.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like your head is spinning. Yeah, sounds like you're thinking
Yeah.
about it so much. He mentioned the yips, which is funny because I'm a golfer and there will be times where I will like start missing 2-foot putts. And that's what they call the yips in golf terms, where it's just like, holy shit, like how could you miss that? You
Oh,
know,
it's the
like
worst feeling.
a kindergartner can make that putt, but now it's in your head so much. And I think a lot of times when I get that way, it's because I'm thinking about technical stuff so much instead of just kind of like trying to find that like flow state.
Yeah.
um the things that tend to help me when that happens are take some time off, come back to it and realize that it's just not that hard, and also focus more on like the goal and less on the like technical. Like if I start thinking about my putting stroke or whatever, then that's just disaster, and instead I just need to be thinking about the ball going in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
On it to try to finish that analogy, the ball going in the hole is when you that moment where you've attacked the passage, you know what's there. You've either made a connection between a couple of things that can be connected, or you've spotted a conclusion that's not really justified by the facts and you've made a nice objection.
Mm-hmm.
uh that's like being sort of target oriented. Like that's what you're going for. You're looking to make some
Yeah.
connections, you're looking to make some objections. And if you can do that, then the test starts to be pretty easy. So it is a natural, like kind of an intuitive thing. That feeling of like, well, yeah, I'm gonna master this record. I'm gonna know what's in the record, and I'm either gonna connect or I'm gonna object. but you might need to take some time off to get
Yeah.
back to that.
Yeah. A couple things. One thing that came to mind talking about golf and about locking into a more intuitive approach. I'm sure you've seen the movie Legend of Bagger Vance.
Uh, I might have read it. I don't know that I
Oh,
ever
okay.
actually saw it. Yeah.
Anyways, for those of you watching on YouTube, you can probably search. There's a scene in Bagger Vance where Matt Damon's caddy, played by Will Smith, talks to him about seeing the field. And Matt Damon, I
Mm,
think, has the yips at this point as a golfer.
okay.
And Bagger Vance is just like, just see the field. Matt Damon's like, what the fuck are you talking about? See the field. And then he watches Bobby Thompson swing. Bobby Thompson? Is that the
Bobby
no,
Jones.
that's Bobby Jones.
Yeah.
Mixing sports here. Um, Watches him take a couple easy swings, and then he looks out over the fairway, and they they use that zoom dolly shot where it's like space compresses, and it's like
Uh-huh.
his like vision is focusing in on the hole,
Yeah.
and angelic music is playing, but it's really just this visualization of like what it feels like to get locked in,
Yeah.
to see what you need to see to get this holistic view of your approach and your goal, and feel like that target is getting closer to you,
Yeah.
but you're zoning out everything
Yeah.
else that's extraneous.
It
So,
might be one reason why like everybody thinks that they hit it like God on the driving range, but then they hit it terrible on the golf course.
right.
And it could be that like when you're on the driving range, it's a mile wide and you're not worried about the water over here and the bunker over there and the trees overhanging over here. And you're seeing just the field because that's all there is like just this wide open space. So you don't overthink it. You get up there and just make a decent swing and hey, the ball kind of goes the direction you were trying to hit it. And so maybe that's what we're talking about here
Yeah.
is just being more like I think Jack is worried about the obstacles.
Mm,
Jack's worried about the misses. And instead he just needs to be like focusing on the like smaller successes of okay, I read that first sentence. I had to reread it, but now I really understand what's there.
yeah.
That's a win. I read the second sentence. I realized that they're making a conclusion. I can see that there's a gap between the evidence that they've already provided and the conclusion that they've offered. Why would they think that conclusion? Well, that's a win. Read the last sentence. Did they did they respond to your objection that you've already found? Have they plugged in that gap or is there still something stupid that's going on in this argument? One way or the other, that's a win. And so you're like striping it again because you're just like you're accumulating these little victories. I, it, People always cause themselves problems when they start thinking about overall scores or section scores.
Yeah. Well, notice what Jack, notice what you did. You pointed out, "Hey, I'm not actually trying to finish the section. I rarely get past questions 18 or 20." So, good on you for not trying to finish the section, but you still gave yourself a number. And my guess is that when you're
Yeah,
taking
right.
time sections, you probably have this 18 to 20 number
Totally.
in your head. So, it's not about not finishing the section. It's about not doing more than is appropriate. And that's never a set number like 18 or 20, because
Yeah.
I the goal is accuracy, and for you that
Yep.
might mean I don't even want to say a number. Like it just
Well,
means doing fewer questions if that's what it takes to be accurate.
yeah, I mean, we need to be looking for like 95% accuracy.
Hmm.
So even when Jack thought he was doing well, he was missing 2 to 6 out of 18 to 20, I think. Or wait, maybe that was for the whole section, including the ones he didn't attempt. But that doesn't make any sense because you're not getting -2 if you only attempted 18 to 20 questions. I'm not sure I
Right.
really understand that.
Well, recent accuracy has been -4 and -5 out
Yeah,
of 18 to 20.
right. Which that's very bad. Like that's not that's not a little bit bad. That's
Hmm.
very bad. And so even if that was -2 and -3, that's still bad. So I think Jack might think that that's good, but it's actually not. So the 18 to 20 questions, Jack, is too many questions for you. I don't know how many questions you should be doing, but you need to get up to where, like, I just want to see you one time get every question you attempt correct. I just want to see you do it one time. And I don't care how many questions you do. So, like, literally spend the entire 35 minutes on the first 10. If you get them all right, you get the high five.
Hmm.
If you miss any of them, no high five. I want to see you realize how easy the test actually is. Because if you can get 10 in a row right, then you can, get 11 in a row right. You're realizing how easy the test actually is. It won't take you as long as you think. If you're actually solving each one before moving on, you'll realize that it's easier than you think and you will naturally go faster. But not right now, because right now you're trying to balance the accuracy and the speed, and that's just not going to get it done.
Thanks, Jack. You've got this.
Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions. Thanks for listening.